growing speculations that Caitlin Clark wants out of Indiana by any means necessary. This is the word on the street. Fever insiders are allegedly leaking information that Connor is no longer at Butler. And Butler is definitely stunned that he basically resigned, allegedly, from his position. There is growing notion that Caitlin Clark is not about to sign that epic deal, the same deal that Aaliyah Boston signed this season.
Room felt very tense and quiet. Stephanie White stood there, shocked as she realized what just happened. Caitlin Clark didn't just delay the deal. She completely rejected a huge contract that was meant to secure the Indiana Fever's future for many years. This wasn't just a normal contract issue. It was a big statement. The team's biggest star is making unexpected moves, and no one in management saw this coming. The impact of this decision is shaking the entire organization, and things may never be the same again.
It's not about to sign that epic deal, the same deal that Aaliyah Boston signed this season. Now, it is like, I feel like everybody forgot that the Indiana Fever offered Caitlin Clark that epic deal. And after she got offered that epic deal, we have not heard anything else about it. Now, we all remember when Caitlin Clark was on the Aaliyah Boston podcast, she said, "You're here through 2029. Let's go back to that before I get into this ground.
Most people believed the contract extension was already finalized. Aaliyah Boston had signed her big deal, so everyone expected Caitlin to do the same quickly. But weeks have gone by, and Caitlin has stayed completely silent. Reports now say the Fever's front office is getting worried because she hasn't committed yet. They thought she would stay with the team until 2029, but now it looks like she may have different plans. That silence is creating serious concern inside the organization.
Stuff happened. It's no secret that Caitlin Clark do not like playing off ball. Caitlin Clark had hinted in press conference and videos that, hey, I'm going to be on the ball. I'm going to have the ball. We even heard Stephanie White say that Caitlin Clark is the first option. If Caitlin Clark is the first option, why is you taking her out the game in the first quarter? Her and Aaliyah Boston. You ran a pick and roll like 2-3 times, and whenever you ran...
The first clear sign of trouble appeared during a moment on Aaliyah Boston's podcast. They were talking about long-term plans, and Aaliyah confidently mentioned being signed until 2029. But Caitlin's reaction surprised everyone. She simply shrugged and reminded people that her contract only lasts until next year. She didn't look excited about staying long-term in...
Somebody sent me this last night. Oh, yes, they did. Oh, yes, they did. And when I show you guys this, you guys are going to be like, what the hell, John? This right here, and I'm about to read this. It said, on a conversation I had a bit ago, enjoy the ride, everyone. This states, I got a phone call from a friend on May the 18th.
This wasn't just a random comment. It felt like a smart and intentional message. The podcast was recorded before the recent coaching issues and before things got tense with Stephanie White. If Caitlin already felt unsure back then, it raises even more questions now. She is not just a young player anymore. She is a global star who understands her value. By not signing the deal...
This right here, and I'm about to read this. It said, on a conversation I had a bit ago, I got a phone call from a friend on May the 18th who works close with the Indiana Fever front office in Cambridge. He said there were difficulties surrounding Caitlin Clark's future epic contract extension. A lot of concerns within the front office that Caitlin will not sign it as she has been non-committal on the issue so far. Concern further built as her boyfriend...
The tension within the team is becoming very clear, especially when it comes to coaching decisions. Stephanie White has said publicly that Caitlin Clark is the main player, but her actions during games don't always match that. Fans are confused about why such a talented player is taken out early in games. Also, why is she sometimes forced to play without the ball when she is most effective controlling it? This difference between words and actions is creating serious problems within the team.
The issue so far. Concern further built as her boyfriend left his job in Indianapolis and has yet to look for jobs in the area at all. Butler's staff was confused by his departure. From what I know, it doesn't seem like he has problems with the players or coaching staff. No definitive answer on whether it's the president or general manager, but the problem for her is the front office. Something was said that damaged the relationship. A signing or two, again,
Things become even more confusing when looking at the team's strategy. Earlier in the season, the Indiana Fever used a pick-and-roll play that worked extremely well. It helped other players like Sophie Cunningham get open shots and score easily. But suddenly, that strategy was stopped. It's like they found something that worked perfectly and then chose to ignore it. Caitlin has hinted in interviews that she wants more control of the game, but the current system seems to limit her instead of helping her shine.
President or general manager, but the problem for her is the front office. Something was said that damaged the relationship. A signing or two, again, he didn't expect her to ask out, but the relationship is growing shockingly cold and strange. Now, I want you guys to listen to this. Now, I can't put a stamp that this is facts. We have to go with allege for legal purposes. But if this is true, my goodness.
Now, a major leak from someone close to the team has revealed more about the situation behind the scenes. According to this source, there are serious problems regarding Caitlin's future contract. The relationship between Caitlin and the team management has reportedly become cold and uncomfortable. This situation is no longer just about money or playing time. It seems like trust has been broken. Something may have happened behind closed doors, and now the team is struggling to fix a relationship that may already be damaged.
Wow. Wow, this is epic. This is epic. Because this is a strong indicator that this right here might have some merit to it. I just want to let this marinate for a second. Now, this is all alleged. But boy, oh boy, if this is true,
If all of this is true, then the biggest sign that Caitlin Clark may be planning to leave is not even happening on the court. It is connected to her boyfriend, Connor McCaffrey, and his sudden decision to leave his coaching job at Butler University. This news shocked the entire Indianapolis sports community because no one expected it. Connor was doing well and was seen as a rising talent on the coaching staff, helping the team succeed. Still, he suddenly resigned without any clear backup plan. Reports say that even the Butler staff was surprised and confused because there were no problems with his work or performance. When you look at everything together, it starts to make sense. Connor is not just quitting a job, he may be freeing up his time. Sources say he is not even searching for another job in Indianapolis. If your partner is the biggest star of a professional team in a city, you don't just leave your career there unless both of you know that your time in that city might be ending. This looks like a strong signal that Caitlin's team could be preparing for a move. People close to the situation believe that her relationship with the Fever's front office has become very tense, and a separation now feels likely. Many are even saying that Caitlin wants to leave Indiana no matter what. Even if she is not officially asking for a trade right now, her decision to reject the huge contract shows she is planning ahead to become a free agent in 2028. She wants full control over her career, including where she plays and who she plays for. The Indiana Fever may have thought they had a future superstar they could build around, but now it seems they are dealing with a player who has more power than the team itself. The balance of power has clearly changed. At the same time, the tension is not only between Caitlin and the front office, it is also dividing the fans. On one side, there are loyal Indiana Fever fans who care most about the team's success. On the other side, There are Caitlin Clark fans who support her personally and follow her wherever she goes. These two groups think very differently. Team fans are focused on building a strong roster, while Caitlin's fans are demanding coaching changes and a better system for her. This division is putting even more pressure on head coach Stephanie White, but her decisions are making things worse instead of better. Reports suggest that something specific happened inside the front office that caused this cold relationship. It was not just about one bad game or mistake. It was a bigger issue where business decisions clashed with Caitlin's personal brand and expectations. The exact details are not public, but people close to the situation keep saying that the relationship has been damaged. Once trust is broken at this level, it is very hard to fix, especially with a star player like her. If you look at the timeline, the situation becomes even more serious. If Caitlin continues to avoid signing the extension, the team will be stuck in an uncertain situation with their biggest star. Every game, every decision, and every interview will be watched closely for signs that she might leave. Stephanie White is now coaching under extreme pressure, where even small mistakes could push Caitlin closer to leaving. That rejected contract was not just an offer, it was the team's last big attempt to create stability, and it did not work. One of the most confusing parts of this situation is how Caitlin is being used on the court. Everyone has seen how dangerous she is when she controls the ball, yet the current system often keeps her away from it. At times, she is left standing in the corner instead of leading the play. For a player who built her career by controlling the game and making smart plays, this must be very frustrating. It is like having a powerful sports car but driving it slowly like a regular vehicle. That is what seems to be happening in Indiana right now. The pick-and-roll strategy is another clear example of this issue. When Caitlin and Aaliyah Boston run that play, it is almost impossible for opponents to stop. It creates opportunities for the entire team and opens up scoring chances for everyone. But as the season goes on, the team is using it less and less. This raises serious questions. Is this a decision from the front office, or is Stephanie White trying to prove her own system works? No matter the reason, it is clearly frustrating Caitlin and making her question her future with this team. Connor McCaffrey's decision to leave Butler makes these rumors feel even more real. Butler is a respected program, and leaving a stable job like that is not a small choice. If he planned to stay in Indiana, there would be no reason to leave so suddenly. The fact that even the Butler staff was surprised shows that this was likely a personal decision made privately, possibly discussed with Caitlin. They are a team in life, and if one is preparing to move, the other will adjust as well. Looking ahead, if Caitlin becomes a free agent in 2028, it could completely change the WNBA. Teams will start preparing years in advance just for a chance to sign her. She knows her value, and so does her team. Situation, they naturally start thinking about leaving. The Indiana Fever may have treated. The locker room environment must be very complicated right now. As this situation continues, the next steps will be very important. The Fever will likely try to show support publicly and say they are working toward a solution, but the damage may already be done. Once a major Indianapolis are starting to realize that their dream of long-term success could be slipping away. These are no longer just rumors, they are supported by real actions like Connor leaving his job and Caitlin's own statements. Right now, the front office is under pressure, and Caitlin holds most of the power. She is changing how things work in the WNBA by showing that even the biggest contracts can be turned down if they don't match a player's future goals. This moment could define the league's future, as we are seeing a star take full charge of her own path. Whether she stays until 2028 or leaves earlier, one thing is certain, she has already